Welcome to the People Connect podcast. Your network is your net worth. Are you ready to take your life to the next level? Be prepared to leap out of your comfort zone and connect with the who's who of what you want to do. Stop, drop, and roll as we start, market, and grow the CEO of you and your host, Nichelle Womack. She will help you engage, reinvent, motivate, and reactivate your plans for success.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the People Connect podcast. I hope you are having an amazing day and you are doing some things that will change your life. You know, every day you should be moving towards a bigger, greater, more profound, happier, destined, determined you. I hear so many people, oftentimes they're unhappy with where they are now. And I always like to share with people that happiness comes from you. You know, God gives each and every one of us power within to decide what it is we want to do in life, because whatever it is, it's a gift, the gifts that He has bestowed upon us. And we are supposed to take those gifts and utilize them to better our lives. If this is your first time to my podcast, welcome. My name is Nichelle, and I am your host. Typically on the People Connect podcast, we talk about business, life, relationships, travel, and food. It coincides with my blog at earntolivegood.com. This this podcast today is sponsored by Teamy Blends. For about the last 4 or 5 days, I have been utilizing Teamy Blends, which is an organic tea, to help give me energy. Now, I stress this on my Facebook page as well as my Instagram post if you follow me on Instagram at Nichelle Womack. And I was talking about how I am literally trying to live a life of less stress and a life of less toxic things that are that we're surrounded by in our world, and some things we are surrounded by intentionally, and some things we are surrounded by just because we have no choice but to be there. You know, there's so many things that are going on in our world today, and I think I believe self-care are some things that we really need to concentrate on. So I have been instituting a healthier lifestyle, and I've always eaten healthy. I've never really, and I may be not the norm. I've never been a heavy drinker, outside of some wine and some beer every now and then. And that's typically just mostly when I'm in the process of entertaining, or, you know, things of that nature, but never really serious about all that heavy stuff. But Teamy Blends, I was asked to be a sponsor for them, and they sent me a tumbler, they sent me the tea, and I'm really picky about, again, what I put in my body, because I don't believe everything deserves to be in my body, and that's just real talk. But after drinking this tea, and I got the Refresher brand, it has really not only cleansed me, but made me feel better. And, you know, sometimes I get up in the morning and my stomach hurts, and I just don't feel like doing stuff. I mean, you know, I'm just used to living a carefree life. But Teamy Blend, if you go over to their website, which is www.teamyblends.com, and you can also go to my Instagram page and see my post there with me first trying it at Nichelle Womack. If you go there, they will give you 20% off if you put in my code Nichelle, that's N as in Nancy, ICHELLE 20. You'll get 20% off the brands at Teamy Tea. And I don't talk about stuff I don't believe in. This tea is really good, and I think I'm going to keep using it even after the sponsorship is over and the trying it is over, because I've been very happy with it. And they have several different blends and brands. I see on their website they have a jalapeno pineapple detox water. I mean, look at here. You got to remind yourself what you're putting in your body literally comes out of your body. And that even comes out of your mind, your activity, and things of that nature. So I'll put it in the notes as well. But go over to teamiblends.com, TEAMIBLENDS.com, and use my code Nichelle. That's N as in Nancy, ICHELLE 20, and you'll get 20% off of anything that you order. So go do that, and I think you'll be happy. So let's go ahead and get started with today. We started off talking about the things that we put in our mind, the things that we concentrate on daily. I truly believe that we are advocates of who we are based upon what we hear, what we believe, what we do, how we do it, who we surround ourselves with. Jim Rohn I always go back to this quote because it's so powerful to me, that you are the sum of the 5 people that you hang around. And if you don't believe that to be true, just look at your circle that you hang around with. Are you hanging around powerful, influential people that can influence you one way or the other? Are you hanging around with people that make the desired income that you choose to make? Or are you hanging around with people that are satisfied where they are and all they do is complain? Look at that. That has a lot to do with your psyche. It has a lot to do with your mentality. It has a lot to do with who you are as a person. So I personally, as I mentioned to you earlier, I have been literally doing things that I want to do to further see where I am now and where it can possibly take me. So I've been journaling, and I'm going to talk to you about 15 types of life-changing journals. And you can go over to my blog post at earntolivegood.com, and you can read a little bit more what I put into my journal, into my blog post as well, talking about 15 life-changing journals. So journaling is not new. And a lot of people, because people are just starting to do it or talk about it, they think it's new, and it's not. It really dates back about 2,000 years ago. And I love journaling for so many different reasons. One, it keeps me organized. It keeps me on track. It keeps me seeking to do better and be better in every area that I journal in. And so it kind of gives me some peace and some direction and some purpose. And if you've never journaled before, I'm going to encourage you to do it for many different reasons. Most people find it a way to keep track of memorable items or things and document what goes on through their life and in their life. And there are many occurrences, if you think about it, that occur in your life daily, that if you record it, that when you go back to it, it'll be something that you'll be like, oh, it'll bring peace and happiness back to you. You know, I know one thing, when my children were little, social media did not exist. And I remember things that I share with them now and they don't remember. So if I would have had a video or something written or something talked about, then they would have remembered it as well. So I think right now we're living in a critical time, not only socially, but documentation wise as well. I mean, what greater gift can you leave someone that comes behind you, like a podcast or a YouTube video or an Instagram video? And, you know, don't think social media is going anywhere, because it's not, or something that's written like a journal. So I want to share with you 15 types of journals that I've been using. And I don't use all of them, but I use several of them. And I'm going to share with you why I think they're important to me in my life. And maybe you will find that they're important as well. And so the first journal that I want to share with you is a financial journal. You know, it's so important to keep a financial journal for many different reasons. Number one, because finances is the number one reason why people lose their mind, get divorced, or never really reach their plateau with success in life, because their finances are jacked up. And I know that to be true because that was me. And, you know, if true be told, I'm still recovering from that. I'm still trying to surge out of that. So too many people end up in debt because they don't know where their money is going or what their money is doing. And if you don't know where your money is going or what it's doing, then you're going to always be in debt. You're going to always be there. And I think it's so important to understand what your money is and how it's working for you. So a financial journal, and you can again go over to earntolivegood.com and you can see the budget, the journal that I've documented there. And that journal has literally changed my life. I mean, when I say change my life, it's changed my focus. It's changed my direction. I also have, if you go over to my link at toexcelwithnichelle.com, I have a journal called The Money Blocks. Now, I'm going to do a podcast. I'm also going to do a live broadcast on this, why money blocks literally define who we are. And I'll talk about that later. But the type of journal that you should literally add to your success level is a financial journal. The next journal that I think we all can benefit from is a bullet journal. Now, bullet journals are something probably you already using. You don't even know that you're doing it. It literally is a task tracking journal. And I don't know about you, but if I did not have my phone to help tell me what I'm supposed to do that day, I probably literally would forget everything that I'm supposed to do. Bullet journals are task oriented. They kind of tell you what you're supposed to do on a daily basis, and you kind of check off the things that you've done or should have done. So bullet journals are amazing, and you can use symbols, colors, lines, anything that helps you remember or stay organized or stay on task or track of what you're supposed to do. Another journal is a food journal. Now, I don't know about you again, but I have, if you go over to YouTube and go to the Startup CEO Lifestyle channel, I have a food blog, a food journal that I've been documenting some of the things that I eat with in my family, or types of food and things that we do in my family for eating, because I think eating is so family oriented, and food, good things happen around food, but food can also be detrimental in your life too, where you could be eating too much of the wrong thing and not enough of the good things. So when you have a food journal really talks about healthy eating habits. It keeps you on task and on track of things that you're supposed to be eating, not supposed to be eating. Water. They say we're supposed to drink 8 glasses of water a day. Do you literally do that? Well, if you had a food journal, you can document that, and it will literally help keep you on track of things that you're supposed to be doing on a regular basis. So journals literally are accountability for you to help you be better. Another journal that you probably remember growing up with is a classic journal. All of us had one. If you didn't have a journal when you were little, what were you doing? What were you doing? Because all of us had that journal that we would write in about guys that we liked and people we wanted to date and people we wanted to be when we grew up. You know, the vivid imagination of a child is so amazing. So the classic journal, it's okay to even have one now. Write down your private thoughts, things that you like to do and aspire to do, or things that you're thinking about. Because literally, when you write down something, you know, it really comes to life. You could be writing your story, your next chapter, a book or something along those lines. So journal. Classic journals are so key and so important. Another type of journal is a vision journal. And so I say this all the time. If your goals don't scare you, believe me, they are not big enough. You need to hang around with people who have big dreams, big goals, and you need to get you some too. Do you hear me? Okay. Real talk. Vision goals, vision journals. You may have heard of vision boards. This is essentially what a vision journal is. You're writing down things that you like to do, you want to do, you plan to do, and you're putting in there pictures of places you like to go. If you want to travel abroad, you're putting the destination you want to go to and perhaps maybe a picture of it, a date you plan to do it, things of those nature. You know, you draw something. Vision journals, vision boards, sometimes they can be big and gaudy, whereas a journal is just a little book. You can go to any store and get something that you can write in, a notepad or anything that you can create a vision journal and start living out the things that you hope to do and wish to do by writing them down and then making them a reality in that vision journal. Another journal, a line a day journal. So one thing that I find, I live on mantras, and I really love mantras because they give me power. And I've shared this many times before. One of my favorite mantras is, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So when I repeat that daily, it gives me empowerment, not only to walk out of my door knowing that I can do anything, because for who told me I could? God told me I could. So man can't tell me nothing. With a line a day journal, you write down that mantra. You write down something task oriented that you hope to accomplish that day. And that's basically it. You write it, and it doesn't need to be long, a short sentence, 1 or 2. And you can literally put things into place that you hope to happen. And I say this all the time too. If it's not written down, it's probably not going to happen. Dream journals. Dream journals mean something. Some people dream daily. If I'm dreaming, hoping I'm dreaming about something good, because I've had some people have bad dreams too. I've had some, and I'm like, why did I dream that? Dreams mean something. If you had a dream journal right next to your bed when you wake up and from that dream, write it down and see how it plays out in your life as you go about your daily activities. Dream journals. Another one that this is just so empowering to me, a prayer journal. Prayer is essential for daily growth and development and growing a closer spiritual relationship with the Most High, or whomever you believe to be a spiritual guidance in your life. And so you can go over to my blog again at Earn to Live Good, and you can see the references of journals that I've made mention of in the blog. And I'm talking about how this prayer journal has helped me to really change my life. It's giving me focus. It's giving me direction. And literally, when you pray, confusion goes away. Ooh, that was a deep line there. When you pray, confusion goes away. Why? Because you're getting a closer connection with the Most High and you're speaking to Him. So prayer does not always have to be spoken. It can be written, because God hears your thoughts. So this prayer journal, this is something that you're going to write down in every day what your prayers are. If it's for health, restoration, career change, financial growth, development, starting that business, getting engaged, getting married, for your kids, for yourself, whatever. Prayer works. I promise you it does. A travel journal. Now, my family and we love to travel. We love to travel so much. I've become a travel agent, and I've been doing travel on and off for myself and my family for probably about maybe 3 to 5 years, where I've just been doing it. And you can learn more about my travel by going to www.liveandgotravel.com. I started a travel journey, and I was writing it out for quite some time, saying places that I wanted to go and things that I wanted to do. And it came into fruition, whatever that word is. It came into reality. Did you hear me? It came into reality. Last year I started a travel vlog, and I was writing it down, and then I started taking pictures. Then I started doing videos, and we've manifested the things that we wanted to do. This year I said I wanted to go to Thailand. And we did that. I wanted to go to China. We did that. And again, I believe if you speak it, you write it down, and you start working towards those goals, it happen. Journals allow you the privilege to be able to do that. Travel journals are amazing. I'm telling you, because, you write about it and you start living it and you start doing it. Project journals. Here's something that if you're career oriented in anything, business, life, whatever, you want to start doing projects so you can write it down and you can see the results and the data that you get from those projects. So these journals are handy if you are working on something and you don't feel like you're progressing. A project journal can give you bullet points to help you get to that next destination. So project journals are amazing when you can see the journey that you've traveled and where you are when you finish. Gratitude journals. This is something else. Everybody has something to be grateful for. I don't know about you, but every day I wake up and I'm able to have activity in my limbs and all of that, I'm grateful. So writing down things that you're grateful for makes you more grateful, makes you see that the things that are going on around you really, really are not important, because you're grateful for every opportunity that you get. Business journals. If you're thinking about starting a business, these are great because you can start writing down plans of how to start that business. You can start writing down money that you'll need. And if you'll need money, which you will, because no business is free, you can write down objectives of starting a business, your plan, your mission statement, and things of that nature as it takes, and what you plan to do to keep that business going and growing. Okay. I have a business companion planner. If you click that link of toexcelwithmichelle.com, you can go and check that out. It's a great resource for people that are thinking about starting a business. Relationship journals. Now, people think about this now. I'm going to tell you about this. Think about this. I've been married 23 years. And when we first got married, my husband and I used to write down how we wanted our marriage to be. We were committed to keep it going, and we still been doing it. But writing notes to your spouse, ooh, I'm telling you, look, I'm giving you a tip there. You can go over to @LoveThyMarriage on Instagram and you will see some of the things that I journal about relationships on a regular basis. But talking about your relationship, sharing it with your spouse or your significant other, and then planning. If you're not married, these are things that you hope to have in a relationship, journaling about it. Does a happy relationship really exist? Yeah, it does. Start thinking about and doing the things that you want in your relationship to happen. Sometimes you literally have to write things down. If you want that great marriage, start writing tips of how your marriage can be great. Relationship journal. Another type of journal, blogging journal. Now, I used to blog, then I stopped. Consistency is key. Let me reiterate that. Consistency is key. I used to blog, then I stopped. And so I started back, and I've been really, really consistent in trying to do it on a regular basis. But what does blogging do? So here's the scenario I want to give you. I hear people say all the time that they want to write a book, but they don't know what to write about. Blogging kind of gives you a sense of purpose, of sharing your message socially, getting a buy-in opinion if people are really feeling what you're writing about. If you get a lot of response through blogging, that's your book right there. I've learned to write at least something once a day, because every time I write something, guess what? It turns into a blog. At earntolivegood.com, I've been writing different things that are important to me, things that I've experienced, things to help people. Business perfection is one of my strengths. I've been a business owner for quite some time. So I'm writing about things that I'm passionate about and finding that other people are passionate about it too. So start a blog. You can start a blog for free. Now that's something you can start for free. But if you want to grow that blog and expand it, obviously you're going to have to start investing in it. Anything that you want to grow, that you want to make an income from, that you want to get to another level, you got to invest in it. And so blogging is a great way to start writing. It doesn't have to be long. It could be a paragraph, 2 paragraphs. Just start doing something if you want to, first of all, become an author. And if you want to just have something documented of your life. Vlogging. I just talked about that, and that's with a V, not a B. Vlogging is another amazing way to document stuff, not written, but video wise. All of the social media platforms, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, they all have video. Why? Because number one, video is a great tool for marketing for businesses, a great tool for engaging with people. It's really a great tool for putting yourself out there. Back in the day, you literally had to hire an advertising agency. Today, you can advertise yourself and get found, get seen. Do you know how many people have been successfully found and created careers and created wealth just by putting a video out there, just by writing about something? Look, opportunity is what you create, and it's there. It's dressed in overalls. Sometimes you may think it's work, but if you want to do anything in life, you got to get in the concentration and the mindset of you are the spearhead of who you are and what you do. So vlogging, I've gotten more into that. I'm loving YouTube. Go over and check out my channel at YouTube /Nichelle Womack, and that's N as in Nancy, ICHELLE Womack, WOMACK. I'm telling you, it's gonna bless you, okay? And I have several channels on one channel, anywhere from business. I have food on there because I love food. I'm passionate about that. Travel, real estate, all the things that I'm passionate about are on that channel. And I've been YouTubing for quite some time, but I'm gonna tell you what, I just got serious about it. I've decided to add that to my business plan, and I have. And it's been fun. It's been a learning experience, and I'm getting the opportunity to get my voice and my word out there. I love my podcast. I'm going to keep on podcasting because, see, one thing about business, you have to understand there are so many different mediums, and everybody is not on every medium. But you must be able to reach people to train them to go where you need them to go. Okay. That's a business tip for you. But journaling. All these journals that I've shared with you, the 15 journals I've shared with you, they're great tools for you to expand your thought, expand the depth of who you are, to really find what you're passionate about, literally by writing it down. I'll go back to my point again. If it's not written down, it's probably not going to happen. A journal will enable you to push yourself to be accountable for who you are, what your desires are, what your goals are. So go ahead and create memories and get your thoughts out there. Get more organized in who you are and what you do. Start a journal. Any type of journal to keep you going, especially if you want to stay focused in an area. So that is my podcast for today. I hope and pray you've enjoyed it. I'm Nichelle, the Startup CEO, helping you to start, market, grow, and profit in what it is that you do, helping you to take that side hustle, turn it into your main hustle, and that main hustle into your side hustle. So you can start taking those dollars and turning them into a device to help you grow your wealth. Until next time, I'll speak with you then. Thanks for tuning in to the People Connect podcast. If you like this podcast, go ahead and share it. Also, I would really, really appreciate it if you would go to iTunes and give me a comment. I have probably over 30,000 downloads, and people download it daily. All I'm asking for is one comment. What do you think about the podcast? Your opinion matters. What would you like for me to talk about and share with you? I'd love to hear from you. You can also email me at info@excelwithnichelle.com. I would love to hear more from you. Blessings and peace. Until next time, I'll talk with you soon. Make it a great rest of the day.